Take my word for it. I live there. Come to Florida. Get pre-approved right now with my guy Michael Kotze. Call him at 561-441-2730. He's got Choice Mortgage and a great real estate team. Get pre-approved right now. Michael Kotze, 561-441-2730. Buy in Florida right now. Don't wait. Save money on state taxes. Make your move today with Choice Mortgage. Trust me, Florida is waiting. This guy's so good, he did my commercials in Florida too. Mike Kotze, 561-441-2730. A ride.
Deck your home with Blinds.com. DIY or let us install. Free design consultation. Plus free samples and free shipping.
Head to Blinds.com now for up to 45% off site-wide, plus a free professional measure. Rules and restrictions may apply.
It's the Joe Concha Tunnel to Towers Foundation Sunday morning show. Now, here's Joe Concha.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to have Andy Frey coming up very soon once I could actually get the phone number for her over to my producer, which was very, very bad job on my part. So anyway, let's see. Let's talk about some more things here, shall we? And that would be, I got to keep going with Jasmine Crockett. I'm sorry. I know you're annoyed by now. Too much more JC and Joe Concha, less JC and Jasmine Crockett, but this is just too good because from my perspective, it's this person who is the face of the Democratic Party right now, right? That's who we're dealing with. She is on, I did a compilation, CNN, she was on Jake Tapper, Caitlin Collins, and another show, I think Will Blitzer, like, all last week. You know, there are 100 senators in the United States Senate. There are, 400 and something Congress people in the Congress. She's a representative from Texas who hasn't passed one piece of legislation, co-sponsored, sponsored, does not matter, has accomplished absolutely nothing. And yet she's on the air all the time because she says the most stupid, provocative things. And in this world of cable news, that's what gets rewarded. So let's go through Jasmine Crockett's greatest hits. This is cut 2, go.
I want people to understand that there are crimes that are committed not because people are criminals, but because they literally are trying to survive.
Oh.
That we know how to use a chair, whether we pulling it up or we doing something else with it. Because I'm sorry, but we don't have ethical rules that say that you can't receive text message, especially if somebody has a certain record and you can't do it in committee. We all be sitting on our phones, and yes, people be texting.
But do you think that was inappropriate? I mean, would you text with someone who is a registered sex offender about what you should ask?
I honestly know that he had never been convicted of any federal crimes at that time.
But he had been in jail already.
I'm not mad at any federal workers except for the ones that have continued to get paid, which means it's like me and my coworkers. I'm obviously not mad at myself either.
Oh, that's the best. I'm not mad at any federal workers except for those who are getting paid during the government shutdown, including myself. But I'm not going to be mad at myself. I swear, this person is a cartoon. She's a caricature of a cartoon character. Say that fast 5 times. So it's just unbelievable. And look, if you're the GOP in Texas, Christmas just come early because that's going to be your opponent and she's going to get wrecked. But I have said on the air on Fox that I don't think her goal is to win. I think she's not that dumb where she can't look at polls showing whether she's going against John Cornyn or Ken Paxton or Wesley Hunt. One of those three, and that's one of those three are going to come out of the GOP side, that she sees every poll showing her losing anywhere from 13, 15, 20 points, right? So she knows she can't win in that state, especially if she's not going to be able to appeal to one Trump supporter. So the goal is to be the next co-host of The View. In fact, The View a year from now is going to have this kind of view. It's going to be, let's see, Whoopi, Joy Behar, Marjorie Taylor Greene, or as I call her, Marjorie Timu Greene. She's Timu MAGA. And then you're going to have on Jasmine Crockett and then throw in like an Anna Navarro or whoever the conservative on that show is supposed to be. And that's what's going on here, because Marjorie Taylor Griffin, MTG, right? The girl who said that, or at least retweeted out, therefore she advocated that Jewish space lasers were clearing out brush and other trees so Gavin Newsom could build a high-speed train from Los Angeles to San Francisco. Jewish space lasers, because that isn't anti-Semitic or anything like that. This is the same girl. And if you believe this, by the way, I'm sorry. I have no time for people like this. And I've met people like this before, and I thought they were joking at first when they were saying it, and then they were serious. She once argued that the Biden administration, which was horrible, but they're also inept, and also this kind of thing does not exist on this planet, was steering hurricanes towards Florida, a red state, in order to suppress the vote. I can't even control hurricanes? You can steer it like a video game? Utterly ridiculous. And please, I've had people send me stuff on Twitter. No, Joe, it's real. Oh, really? Oh, great. So if our government can do that, and now Trump has access to that kind of capability, why not steer, I don't know, a couple of hurricanes towards our enemies, right? A couple of tsunamis, a couple of what, like if we have this great power, why not use it for, some good, I guess, if you're the United States and you want to take down an enemy. I just don't have time for it. And this person has said that over the years, and I have been anti-MTG from day one. People are like, oh no, you don't like her now because she's anti-Trump. No, she's not even anti-Trump. She is, look at me. CNN, MSNBC, put me on the air. I'm your hero now. And she doesn't even realize that she is the biggest useful idiot out there. Period. That's it. And I just don't have time for people like this. They're opportunists. Just like George Conway is an opportunist, just like Michael Avenatti, remember him? Prisoner 844GX on his prison block. He was a useful idiot. If you're anti-Trump and you're loud enough, that's what gets you on certain quarters of cable news these days. Anyway, Elijah, you get in my ear. Do we have Annie Frey by any chance? We have Annie. Great. All right, pipe her in. Annie Frey, how are you? How was church?
Hi, Joe. Church was great. Everything was great. Thank you for including me in your Sunday morning.
Look at you. You are like the picture of faith and family. How many kids do you have again? 4?
4. I always tell my kids I'm always looking for upgrades, and I keep coming home with the same one. So
wow, that's good. I'm going to use that. I can borrow that? All right, yeah, so you got 4, happily married, go to church every Sunday. They come with you, I would imagine, right?
Yes, they do.
Okay, very good. And what was today's sermon about?
Today's sermon was about preparation, being prepared. A lot of Advent discussion in the church service, so that's good.
All right, very good. And you were prepared for that question, because if I caught you saying you went to church and you didn't, then you would have stuttered or something would have happened. But you had that right down the middle.
I have a few notes. I'm actually looking at my church bulletin right now, and the notes are for my conversation with you. So,
really?
Church in the interview, a little interview in the church, and everybody's happy.
Oh, that's great. 97.1 FM Talk. That is Annie's radio station, 12 to 3 p.m., St. Louis, Missouri. This show obviously goes nationwide, so please do listen to Annie. I join her show. It feels like almost every week, and that's a good thing. So let me start out with this first, Annie. I'm going to throw you a little curveball, but this is an easy curveball. This is a hanging curveball, all right? This is meat right here. This is cut 6. I want you to react to this person actually making this claim. This is cut 6, Elias. Go.
People line up for my advice. Mm-hmm. And you're walking away like I'm stupid. It's like, I've written books. I've given speeches.
That is, of course, the former First Lady. People are lining up for her advice. Advice on what, Annie? How to complain about stuff every day on a podcast? Because that's all she does.
We're told all the time that the right or the Trumps were the people of the silver spoons and never had to work for anything to earn anything. She's had it all. I mean, other than being the president herself, which she will always remind you, everybody wants her to do it, but she's not going to do it. I guess maybe until she is. But she's had it really hard. I kind of wish that I have had it as hard as the Obamas have had it here over the course of their time being the most prolific Democrat Party in my lifetime, and I'm in my 40s. So I don't know why she's always upset. I don't know why she's complaining, but she finds all of the public places to continue to do it. So there must be something in it for her.
Take my word for it. I live there. Come to Florida. Get pre-approved right now with my guy Michael Kotze. Call him at 561-441-2730. He's got Choice Mortgage and a great real estate team. Get pre-approved right now. Michael Kotze, 561-441-2730. Buy in Florida right now. Don't wait. Save money on state taxes. Make your move today with Choice Mortgage. Trust me, Florida is waiting. This guy's so good, he did my commercials in Florida too. Mike Kotze, 561-441-2730. A ride.
Get Popeye's Scary Good Freddy Fazbear Box with garlic palm tenders and cheesy bites with marinara sauce. Or try the deluxe box with a cupcake cup and a 20-ounce drink and see Five Nights at Freddy's 2, only in theaters. Love that chicken from Popeyes. Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants.
This is Jason Momoa, and I'll be your finance professor today. Welcome to Banking Smarter 101 with Chime. Bam! First lesson, sign up for Chime and set up direct deposit. You'll be joining millions of members banking fee-free. Second lesson, get cash back on eligible purchases while building credit and a higher APY on your savings. That's how you bank smarter this season. Fa-la-la-la-la, class dismissed. Join Chime today.
Chime is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services and a secure Chime Visa credit card provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. Members FDIC. Optional services and products may have fees or charges. Details at chime.com/fees-info. With a qualifying direct deposit, earn 1.5% cash back on eligible secure Chime Visa credit card purchases. On-time payment history may have a positive impact on your credit score. Results may vary. APY means annual percentage yield. Learn about credit building and more at chime.com.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can find options that fit your budget and potentially lower your bills. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
She actually said that life was really tough in the White House because they had to pay for their own food, which, did you? I mean, isn't there like a White House chef that you could call at any time? He'll make anything that you need. Said the kids had to pay for their travel. Go ahead.
I mean, that tracks, though. She is a Democrat, so.
Very good point. They had their own zip code, but Martha's Vineyard, where they warned us about climate change for 8 years and then built a home literally on the water, which is supposed to be engulfed, I guess, by now, according to AOC. What do you think about Mark Kelly's chances as far as winning the Democratic nomination? I'm going to play this soundbite for you first. But this guy, it's just every day he's on talking about how he's being silenced, even though he can't stop talking and he's not being silenced. Anyway, this is cut one, go.
They're going to trying to take great lengths to try to silence me, but it's not going to happen. I'm not going to back down. I said something that was true and lawful, told members of the military they need to follow the law.
So he puts out this stupid video, just to rewind for everybody, saying that, hey, if you're in the military, you could defy what you deem to be an illegal order in the heat of battle, and we'll have your back after you've been court-martialed and thrown into a federal prison for life. But yeah, your thoughts on Mark Kelly?
It's interesting that the cause with which he was trying to go out there and stump for, maybe legitimately, initially, now it's all about Mark Kelly and it's all about Trump. Once again, this is a play over and over and over again. If the Democrats don't have Trump, they don't have anything. I don't know what they're going to do in a few years when, Michelle Obama, who will remind you, she's not running. They're going to have to find a Democrat who's going to have to run in an election, in a campaign where Donald Trump is in the rearview mirror and we get to live with all the consequence or the benefit, however you choose to view it, that's left after the America First movement has reshaped the Republican Party. What is shaping the Democrat Party? Mark Kelly wants to say he's being silenced. There is one party in the last decade who has used the government to silence American people, American citizens who want to care for themselves with their health care, send their kids to school without the impunity of the government coming in to take over and indoctrinate kids. The Democrat Party is the silencing party at every single turn. And Mark Kelly, he wants to be a leader, a voice for the Democrat Party. Complaining and victimhood, this is where they live. That's where they want to get people's sympathy. They turn it into votes. They've been successful. I don't think they're going to be successful in the midterms. I don't think they're going to be successful in 2028. No, I don't. I think President Trump's economic policies, he's either right or he's wrong. And we're about to embark on 2026 where I think that his economic policies are going to go full stride. We've got a little runway left before we get to take off and see what Donald Trump's ideation of strong America First policies actually can do for the taxpayer, for the citizen, and I emphasize the word citizen. We're about to find out what President Trump and Lutnick and the Treasury Secretary Bessent, what they've all had in mind for us, I think, in the first couple quarters of 2026. And it's sink or swim. And my money is on Donald Trump every single time.
And we're talking to Annie Frey. And that's a great point. The big, beautiful bill, it doesn't kick in until 2026. In other words, people are like, oh, Trump, you're not doing anything about this or that. And yet, gas prices, for example, are at a 4-year low, right? Yes. Unemployment, you give me anything in the 4% range or below 4%, great. That's basically full employment. You can't go too much lower than that. Then you see the GDP, it's going to be north of 4% for this last quarter. And then, by the way, no taxes on tips, that kicks in. And then the Trump tax cuts are permanent. And all the great things that go into this bill as far as drill, baby, drill, I think that in the end, once energy costs come down, and that eventually gets passed on to the consumer, the media will not give him any credit for it. Like, it's almost like they forgot that it was the Biden people. And I never liked it when Obama blamed Bush for 8 years during his time of office. But I mean, this is a real thing that when we had inflation above 9% and the way the economy in the country was run, that takes time to fix. And when people say, where are the results? Well, all right, you'll see in 2026. That's a very good point. We'll see what happens in the midterms. Obviously, Republicans have almost zero runway here. I mean, with Thomas Massey being, Mr. Perpetual No, they basically have a one vote, margin in the Congress. So, not
thanks
not
to
a lot
Marjorie
to play
Taylor
with.
Greene. Yeah, no thanks to MTG, who's, I was listening to you a little bit before I came on here. You're absolutely right. The views, interest in her, she finally passed the test. She doesn't like Trump. Once again, the Democrats, if they're elected or if they're in media, if they're in entertainment, do you hate Trump? Okay, come in. You're part of our party now, because that's all their party stands for.
Yeah, she's Liz Cheney with blonde hair. That's basically it, and she's going to go down this road. I swear she will be a co-host of The View one day. I mean, I could totally see that, her being the so-called conservative, and you're just on there to bash Republicans. It's utterly ridiculous. We're talking to Annie Frey. Jim Acosta, who once fancied himself as a very serious journalist, his objective just asking tough questions without fear or favor to party. Well, he's pushing this whole line that many Democrats are actually Donald Trump is tired. The guy who didn't take a vacation in August when every other president does. The guy who's answered thousands, literally, I'm not making up that number as like hyperbole, thousands of questions from the press, seemingly on a daily basis, and just has been working tirelessly in the most transformative first year we've seen from any U.S. president in the modern era. Anyway, here's Jim Acosta making the argument that actually Trump is tired. Cut 10, go.
He seems extremely tired. And I will tell you, having covered him, up close, where are the press conferences? He doesn't do press conferences. The most he can do now is he brings the little kids into the room and he screams at them and calls them names, and then he sends them away. That's the extent of him doing question and answer time now, is on Air Force One or in the Oval. Doesn't do press conferences, doesn't do rallies.
Now, when Jim Acosta said that, this was last Tuesday. You'll never guess what Donald Trump did on Tuesday night. He held a rally. I mean, boy, do stupid people get to a point in life where they realize they're stupid? Annie, we got about 30 seconds. You're a pro. I know you can handle it in 30.
Yeah, absolutely. No problem at all. I had to Google where Jim Acosta was working right now. And it turns out, having left CNN in 2025, Substack, YouTube, Apple Podcast, no problem with any of those things. But I think Jim Acosta can sit down on this one.
Yeah, I think so. I just love how the mask has come off of all of them. Joy Reid, the mask was always off, but Don Lemon, Chuck Todd, Jim Acosta, John Harwood, Terry Moran, all these people who said they were just serious journalists are now all just Democratic activists, as we've been saying, Annie, for many years. Anyway, I'll let you enjoy your Sunday. I would say enjoy the Rams, but they're not in St. Louis anymore. I guess you watch.
Oh, here. No, we watch college football. Unfortunately, our family's a Notre Dame family, so we don't have time for that.
Oh, they got screwed. We could do another hour on that, but totally screwed Alabama. Oh my God. Anyway, all right, I'm going to go off on a tangent. She is Annie Frey, 97.1 FM Talk, 12 to 3. That would be, of course, in her case, Central Time. But either way, find it wherever you could find that broadcast. You can just through your Alexa. It's pretty easy. Anyway, Annie, thanks so much. Enjoy your Sunday.
Talk to you soon. Merry Christmas.
All right, Merry Christmas. That's right. I can say Merry Christmas at this point because we're 11 days out. Boy, that was fast, right? Fast year overall. Anyway, guys, I got to tell you more about Goldline. I love these guys. Do you have insurance for your portfolio, including your retirement accounts? Insurance. Think about that. We insure our homes, our cars, our health, yet most of us leave our wealth completely unprotected from market volatility. Traditional stocks and bonds, we've all lived it. They don't always hold up in turbulent times, but gold and silver can act like a real financial insurance. Gold is up 67%, silver over 129%, S&P 500's gained about 16%. So that's why I trust Goldline, the most trusted seller of gold and silver in the U.S. I mean, we always talk about gold. Silver, you see the return on investment, 129%. It's pretty crazy. They've been in business since 1960. They're owned by a Fortune 500 company, publicly traded. And, that's just for added transparency. They offer competitive pricing, free insured delivery. And right now, Goldline is offering an exclusive promotion for my listeners. Call 1-800-757-GOLD. Mention Joe. That's me. That's 1-800-757-GOLD or 1-800-757-4653. If you reach them after hours, no big deal. Just leave a voicemail and they'll call you back as soon as they're open. You can visit goldline.com, but I urge you to call right now. Back with more in a moment.
It's the Joe Concha Tunnel to Towers Foundation Sunday Morning Show.
Looking for financial insights you can trust?
How do you protect yourself as an investor? What's the strategy?
I think it's really simple. I think you just want to be diversified in your portfolio.
The Payne family brings real-world experience to every conversation.
Well, I think that's the problem right now is, right, a lot of people that are close to retirement, they're taking so much risks. And if we do get a big sell-off, it could derail their retirement.
Listen to the Payne Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.